Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of 2-note per string arpeggios. In this video I'm going to go over the dominant 7th arpeggio. Please feel free to like and subscribe. So a dominant 7th chord is made up of root, 3rd, 5th, flat 7. And the shape I like is this. That's our chord shape, and we can move that up the octave as so. Now that's the shape when the root is on the low E string. If you have the root on the A string, you end up with a slightly different shape. So those are the two that you need to get acquainted with. Now a really good exercise for learning this in all keys is to take this through the cycle of fourths. A lot of tunes actually move dominant chords through the cycle. So if we take the C, and then we move that up a fourth to the key of F. We move that up a fourth, now we're in B flat. Now we're in E flat. Then A flat. And I'm just playing through the notes here, no particular order. D flat. And it's really good to actually say the key out loud as you're changing keys, because that forces you to think about what key is the next one in the cycle. So let's look at a tune. For this example, I'm going to show you Isn't She Lovely? So Stevie Wonder. C sharp minor, F sharp dominant 7, A over B to E major 7. So if we're going to play a solo over this, over the C sharp minor 7, we might play something based on a C sharp minor pentatonic. Okay, then over the dominant 7th chord, we can play that shape that we're talking about here. For the 2-note per string dominant 7th shape, we can play that. Over the B sus, I like to think of this as A over B, and so I like to play A major 7, and then back to E major 7. So now we've got C sharp minor 7, but we can also spice this up. We can take this arpeggio and we can add some notes to it to make it more interesting. So the first note I would suggest adding would be a 9th, G sharp. So if we put our 9th here, that would be our new shape. Okay, so I went something like that. Another note that you could put into this shape would be the suspended 4 or the natural 4. Okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the 4. So if we add the 4, that's going to be a B. If we add that to our F sharp dominant 7th arpeggio, we're going to have this now. So if we want to incorporate that into our line, we might have we can see how these notes come from the Mixolydian scale. And of course you can add chromatics. A nice note to put over this would be the sharp 4. So we can add the sharp 4. So let's add that to our line. So let's look at the next part of the tune, because it uses a dominant 7th chord with different extensions. So the B section of the song goes from A major 7, which is the 4 chord, to the 3 dominant, so that's going to be G sharp dominant, then back to the 6 again, which would be here. I played it here the first time. That's C sharp, and then back to the 2 dominant, and then the simple version would be 5 suspended, and then back to the 1. So over our A major 7, we can play some chord tones. Okay, so that just comes from my major 7 2-note per string arpeggio. And I'm now over the dominant, I can simply use the 2-note per string arpeggio right out of the box, just the basic one. Right. Or I can dress it up a little bit, add some notes to it. So let's look at what extensions we could add to this. The first thing we could do is, just as with the previous example, we can add a 9, but this time it would be a flat 9. Okay? Because in general, when you're doing a 5-1 and your 1 is a minor chord, like here, we're going from G sharp dominant to C sharp minor. A minor 5-1 generally is going to have a flat 9. The flat 9 is an A. So let's add that. So that's our flat 9. Added to the shape. And you can hear that that's going to work pretty good. So we would make our line something like. So another extension we can add is the flat 13. If we look at G sharp, here's a flat 13, okay? So that's the same as a flat 6, right? And that's going to be an E. And if we add that to our arpeggio, we have so if we add that to our line, we have we can add the sus4 here. that would be. Now our line would be something like this. If we're playing a tune like Autumn Leaves in G minor, okay, starts with a 2-5-1 to B flat. So C minor, F dominant 7, B flat major 7. So if we play a minor line over our C minor, now over the dominant chord, we can actually play the tritone substitution, which is going to be B dominant 7. So that would be So I'd be playing the tritone substitution. The last thing I want to show you is when you're playing over a minor chord, like say we were playing a vamp in A minor, we can play a D dominant 7th arpeggio. That's going to give us the 11th and the 13, the root, and the minor third. So hopefully this will help you in your improvisational explorations. I will see you next time. Until then, take care. Happy jamming.